Hey y'all, if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. If you are new, welcome. My name is Amira and my channel is all about trying new makeup, talking about new makeup, but also finding new and exciting ways to be inspired by the makeup you already own. If that sounds good to you, I hope you will consider subscribing, and if you enjoyed today's video, hitting the like button. Today, guys, we are getting a little salty. We are getting a little sassy. We are gonna talk crap about some makeup. Let's get into it. All right, if you saw the title of this video, the name of this video, or what I believe I am gonna be naming this video or title, is Overrated Makeup Products. Now, let me just preface this by saying, if I'm speaking of any product that you enjoy, that you love, that is a holy grail for you, I wish you all the best in your journey with said product. This is not a condemnation of any person's preferences. This is all my experiences with said products and how I feel about them. So if you enjoy these products, that's good. That means you spent money on something and you are loving it and you are getting use out of it, and that's amazing for you. That's the way it should be with makeup. These are products that I spent my money on that I did not get a lot of enjoyment out of, and yeah, it's just as simple as that. It's just kind of how the cookie crumbles, you know? So let's get into it. Now, I'm gonna start off with a holy grail foundation, a foundation that so many people raved about, a foundation that everyone told me I needed to try and that I would love, and it's amazing, and I purchased it and I tried it and I was like, and then I proceeded to declutter it last year. That is the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. Now listen up. I know. So many people love this foundation. I'm sure a lot of you love this foundation. I found this foundation to be very middle of the road for me. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I just didn't understand what all of the hype was about. I applied it. First of all, let me say that I had a really hard time with the shade range and finding a shade that worked for me, because I find the shade selection and the way that they have the shades photographed on models to be incredibly confusing and slightly deceptive. And the shade that I got was a bit too warm for me, but I was able to make it work. Outside of that, the formulation is the thing that I was looking to be wowed by, and I just wasn't. It felt like a foundation. You know how sometimes a foundation is just like, just a foundation. There's nothing about it that does anything for your skin other than put pigment on your face to even it out. It doesn't, it doesn't blur. It doesn't feel like skin necessarily. It doesn't give you a glow. It doesn't mattify. It doesn't have any properties that are doing anything particularly special. That is how I felt about the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. Sorry. This one, I'm going to preface this by saying I still own this product. I enjoy this product. I think it's a good product. I simply do not get why it's raved about as much as it is, because it's a good product. It's not the most amazing product to ever exist in this range, and that is the Clinique Cheek Pop Blushes. Yes, the Clinique Cheek Pop Blushes that everyone raves about. I think they're overrated. Hit that like button, guys. I own a Cheek Pop blush and I really like it. I think it's a great blush. I just don't understand the hype around it. Like the formula, it's a baked blush formula, essentially. I did find it a bit hard to pick up when I first tried it. I was trying different brushes. I feel like it applies better with a natural hair brush because it's such a really hard baked formula. A natural hair brush will pick up more product. That's my little tip if you struggle with the Cheek Pop blushes. Use a natural hair brush. I love the color that I have. The color that I have is, I believe it's called Black Honey. I think that's the shade I have. It's the deep purpley. It's the one that's similar to the lipstick that they have. And yes, I have swatches all over my hands from a previous video. Ignore that. I just think it's a good blush. Like there are a lot of good blushes on the market. In the words of Teresa's dead, Charlotte Tilbury, Hollywood Flawless Filter. Yes, I'm putting it on the list. I'm making a stand. It's overrated. It is. It's an overrated product. I've tried it. I find it to be quite heavy. I feel like a Tin Man if I put it all over my face. I know you can use it as a strategic highlighter, but for me, I would rather use, you know, other products. I would rather use a glowy blush or a glowy foundation or a glowy bronzer or just a really nice highlighter. That product for me doesn't hold up to the price point. I think if the price point were cheaper, I would feel a little bit different about it. I would go, you know, it's not like the most amazing thing, but it has its purpose, and I do think it serves a purpose. I will say I'm really interested in trying that new dupe that e.l.f. has come out with. That actually looks quite intriguing to me, and for a $14 price point, I think that's far more palatable than a $44 price point. So yeah, yes, I'm saying it here. I'm declaring that I think the Hollywood Flawless Filter is overrated. Okay, I reviewed this product on my channel, and I told you guys that I was just kind of meh about it, and I feel that way still. I feel that way still. And that has only crystallized for me over time, especially when I think about the price point and I think about the other items that I have tried from this brand, that I am just generally, and I even mentioned this brand in my brands that I have lost interest in because of my experiences with the products that I've tried. I don't see myself buying a whole lot from this brand anymore. And that is the product in question, rather, is the Patrick Ta Major Dimension Rose 2 palette. I know. I'm sure there's so many of you sitting in front of your screen of choice and you're like, is she crazy? I love that palette. And if you love that palette, I am happy for you. For me, I was expecting more. And maybe that was me not managing my own expectations, but I had heard so many rave reviews about the original Major Dimension palette. It had been on my wish list for ages. It's always sold out. And when this one was shown, I was like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna try it. I'm not really a rosy tone girl, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I really wanna try this formula. And I just, for $65, I can think of like a bunch of other brands that I would rather purchase from. And I found the shades to be really samey on the eye. There wasn't a lot of depth and tone. Once you blended them out, they all kind of look the same on the eye. There's not a lot of variation of eye looks to do with that palette. I was underwhelmed by the shimmers. I found that they lacked body and there just wasn't a whole lot to them. I didn't even like the cream shades, guys. Comparing them to other cream shadows that I own, I found them wanting. They felt very wet. They didn't really feel like they sat down. I didn't like that palette. I'm sorry. Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara. I purchased this because Katie Jane Hughes used it all the time on her Instagram and she raved about it, and I would see her using it and her lashes would look amazing, and I was like, yes, I want amazing eyelashes. I have crappy eyelashes. Will that give me amazing eyelashes? I'm gonna buy it. So I bought it. It did not give me amazing lashes. It was like, you know, a mascara, an expensive mascara. But I did not get it. I did not get Katie Jane Hughes lashes from Lancome Monsieur Big. I did not. I just was $28 poorer than I was before. So yeah. Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. This is an OG product. It's a product that's been around for years. It's one of the products when I was just dipping my toe. I was just a little baby, a little makeup baby many years ago, just dipping my toe into makeup. It was one of the first like primer type products I'd ever purchased. And even then I was sort of like, I don't get it. And I still don't get it with that product. I have primers. I don't use primer anymore, but I've used to use primers all the time. I was a primer girl. I was all about primers because I worked in an office where I sat under hot lights. My makeup always felt like it was melting. So a primer was what I needed. I was a primer, setting powder, setting spray girl. I don't use primer or setting spray anymore. I just don't need it in my lifestyle at this moment in time. My lifestyle doesn't call for it. I'll put it that way. But I've tried some amazing primers. I've tried primers like the Milk Hydro Grip that I will rave about. I will recommend if you are looking for an amazing primer. Milk Hydro Grip is the one. Photo Finish primer, I'm just sort of like, it mattifies and slightly blurs, but I didn't feel like it did anything as far as making my makeup last longer or stay in place better than any other standard primer on the market. Another mascara that I feel like was such a big deal, but now I feel like I hear more and more people go that mascara is overrated. So I know I'm not the only one that feels that way or this way. Is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I didn't get it then. I don't get it now. I don't like that mascara. I didn't like it then, and I don't like it now. I just feel like it's wet and clumpy, and I don't want all of my lashes to look like one giant lash. That's not the vibe I'm going for. Too Faced. Thank you. Another holy grail product, another product that I purchased based off of the recommendations of YouTubers such as myself. Laura Mercier finishing powder. I don't get it, guys. Matter of fact, not only do I not get it, but I think that powder was breaking me out. I used it for like a good month and I was just like, I don't get it, but also I'm getting bumps. I know so many people swear by that powder, and again, if that is you and that is your journey, I am happy for you. But me and that powder had to part ways. Not only did it possibly break me out, I also just don't think it did what I needed a setting powder to do. It wasn't doing it for me, guys. It just wasn't doing it for me. I'm sorry. Another overrated product that I feel like this product is overrated, but I also feel like there is a camp in regards to this product that I at first was like, well, guys, I don't know. But now I feel like I'm part of that camp. And the product in question is the Fenty Easy Drop Skin Tint. A lot of people love that product, and a lot of people hate that product. I guess you could say I'm in the hate camp, but I don't hate it. I just think it's overrated, and I just have never had it. Like, the shades are weird to me. The groups that the shades are supposed to cover don't really correspond well. I didn't feel like it did anything for my skin. I didn't feel like it blurred it. It's supposed to be a blurring. It's called the Easy Drop Blurring Skin Tint. There was no blurring. I just feel like it's a product that sits on my makeup desk and collects dust because I never use it. And when I have used it, I wasn't wowed by the results, like, at all. This is a collective overrated category, and this spans, I think, the whole range. And it's gonna sound mean, but I just feel this way from my own experiences and from things, watching other people do reviews. And every time I see the products, I'm just sort of like, okay. Huda Beauty eyeshadow palettes. The full size. I do have one of the minis that I actually really love. I have the Mercury Retrograde palette, and having that palette has made me realize that I don't need any other Huda Beauty palettes. It's not a bad palette, but it's not an amazing palette. And I think about her price point similar to Patrick Ta's, and I think about the fact that a lot of the shades that are in the pan look different on the eye. I experience hard pan with a lot of her metallics, and I don't see it, guys. I don't see the hype at all. Just based on my own experience. I bought that palette because I was very attracted to the color story. I was very disappointed because a lot of the shades, like I said, look a certain way in the pan and then look completely different on the eye, because she's obsessed with everything being like a purpley tone. So even the neutrals run pink, and it's annoying. And I just feel like, you know, the next full-size palette she comes out with, I'm just, you know, she came out with the last one and I did a couple of videos talking about that, and I just find them overrated. Just like all of them overrated. If you're still watching, did I send you into a rage? I'm sorry. That was not my intent. I just needed to get some things off my chest, because this came to me as I was watching someone rave about a product, one of the products on this list, and all I could think was, what are you talking about? And that's how the idea came to me. I hope it didn't make you angry. I just wanted to vent with you guys. We're all friends here. Everyone's opinion is valid, including yours. If you loved any of these products or all these products, I am happy for you, like I said. And if you didn't, if you feel the same way, come on in. Welcome to the club. Let me know in the comments down below, guys. Do you agree with some of these products that I mentioned? Do you disagree? Again, you can disagree, just be respectful. Let's all be friends here. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed, please be sure to subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye now.